Why did Aftersun break me? Because it wasn't just a story about a father and daughter. It was a story about memory, grief, and the unbearable weight of trying to understand someone only after they're gone.
You can live wherever you want to live. Be whoever you want to be.
It's about what is felt but never said. About growing up with questions you didn't know you were carrying. And about a song under pressure that I will never hear the same way again. If you've ever lost someone emotionally before you lost them physically, if you've ever tried to remember someone so deeply that it hurts, this video is for you. And I'll be honest, this was a difficult one to make without tearing up. I'm Dr Sanil Rege, psychiatrist and educator. And in teaching, I often say, we don't just treat symptoms. We listen to stories. Stories of what was lived, what was remembered, and what was never fully understood. And Aftersun, the 2022 debut from Charlotte Wells, is one of the most powerful cinematic explorations of the unconscious mind I've ever seen. This isn't a review, it's a reflection. It's personal. Because what Aftersun does to you, it lingers in your chest, in your breath, in your past. And it's not just me who's saying this. Reviews all over the internet say the same thing. So let's dive into why this film affects so many of us, often in ways we can't explain. So let's start off with what Aftersun is really about. At the surface, Aftersun is about a young girl, 11, Sophie, on holiday with her father, Callum. But as we watch, we begin to realize this isn't just a holiday. It's a reconstruction. A daughter, now older, trying to make sense of a man she loved, but never really knew.
What did you do for your 11th birthday?
When I was 11, nobody remembered it was my birthday. And when I told my mum, she was so angry, she grabbed me by the ear and made my dad drive me to the toy shop and made me pick something to buy.
There are no dramatic plot points, no neatly resolved story arcs, because real memory, especially traumatic memory, doesn't work that way. What we get instead is a series of fragments, moments filmed through a camcorder, a rave, a broken hand, a quiet, aching look across a dinner table. And these fragments, like symbols, carry emotional weight far greater than their literal meaning. Charlotte Wells, the director, said something beautiful. You don't know if what you remember is what your eyes saw, what other eyes saw and told you, if it is the moment you remember, or the photograph you have seen. This is psychodynamically rich, because memory is never objective. It's shaped by emotion, by longing, by grief, and often by silence. Sophie, as an adult, is trying to piece her father together, not with facts, but with feelings. This is what we call retrospective mentalization, trying to understand someone's emotional state after the moment has passed. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, have you ever looked back and realized someone you loved was actually suffering? That's what Sophie is doing here, and it's quietly devastating. Let's go deeper. In psychodynamic terms, Sophie is confronting what we call an unformulated experience. Things felt but never processed. The unconscious confusion of a child who sensed something was wrong, but didn't have the language to understand it. Callum, her father's internal world, is never made explicit in the movie, but it leaks through. The broken hand. Was it an accident or self-harm? The dance scenes. Joy or desperation? The long silent moments, resignation, dissociation, or desperation? He turns off the camera, and with it, turns off the part of himself he can't bear to see. The camcorder becomes a transitional object, a link between what was, what seemed to be, and what she wished it was. And this is the heartbreak of Aftersun. watch a man disintegrating in real time, and a child absorbing that disintegration without fully knowing it.
I think it's nice that we share the same sky.
What do you mean?
Well, like, sometimes at playtime, I look up to the sky, and if I can see the sun, then I think about the fact that we can both see the sun, so even though we're not actually in the same place and we're not actually together, we kind of are in a way, you know? Like, we're both underneath the same sky, so kind of together.
Let's talk about that scene, the rave, and the song Under Pressure. The rave, adult Sophie, strobe lights, flashes of Callum dancing, sweating, lost. She's reaching for him, but never quite touches. He slips through her fingers like a dream. And then, Under Pressure. This is our last dance. This is ourselves, Under Pressure. The song isn't just music, it's revelation. It becomes a psychic rupture between Sophie's love and her grief, between her conscious memory and what her body remembers. Psychodynamically, this is the return of the repressed. What was unprocessed now floods in, and it's unbearable and beautiful and heartbreaking. There is a moment in the movie where Callum disappears behind the camcorder, and in doing so disappears from her life. He's emotionally unavailable, yet physically present. And this creates what we call attachment rupture, a felt sense of love mixed with loss. Presence soaked in absence. It's not that he didn't love her, it's that he couldn't hold himself together enough to stay. And children don't verbalize that. They internalize it, they carry it. And later, sometimes decades later, they try to make sense of it. Have you ever felt that weight of trying to understand someone you once looked up to, only to realize they were barely holding themselves up? That's the ache at the center of Aftersun. So why does Aftersun matter? Because it's about what's left behind. Not just objects or images, but emotional imprints. It speaks to anyone who has ever looked back on childhood and realized something was off, lost a parent in spirit before they were lost in body, felt the need to piece together a story that no one else told. This is cinema as psychoanalysis. Each frame is an invitation to reflect, to remember, to feel. I'll be honest, this was one of the hardest videos I've had to make. Not because it's technical, but because it's personal. Aftersun broke me, but not in a loud way. It broke me quietly, in the way a dream lingers, in the way grief reshapes memory, in the way a song, like Under Pressure, suddenly becomes a hymn for life you never fully understood. Maybe that's the point, that some people are only knowable in fragments. And some love stories, especially between parent and child, are written in silence. And in a way, this video is also my imprint for my daughters. I'm the dad with a silver YouTube plaque, the embarrassing jokes, the one dancing badly in the background, but hopefully always present. I want to be the father they can rely on, not just in moments, but in meaning. The one who helps them piece together the picture, not just through facts, but through feeling, through the stories, the visuals, the silences. So that one day when they look back, they won't just remember what I did, but how I made them feel. Hopefully loved, safe, and understood. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Sometimes the only way to understand ourselves is to sit with the stories we didn't know we were carrying. I'm Dr. Sanil Rege, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay curious. Bye-bye.